Hey everyone, welcome to Devos with Pastor Danny, and we are continuing our series this week on the Lord's Prayer. And the first question we're answering and asking today is, who do we pray for? Well, simply put, we pray for everyone, even ourselves, even our enemies. We pray for those in our lives in general. Now, I find it to be pretty easy to pray for yourself or for those you actually care about. But to pray for your enemies is a little more challenging. Yet, that's what Jesus says. Matthew 5, verse 44 says, "Pray for those who persecute you." That includes your enemies. And so, where should we pray? Well, we can pray anywhere. In your car, as you're walking to your work, in the store. If you're in school as a young man or woman, you can be praying for your teacher or for God to give you wisdom and recall as you're about to take a test. You can pray everywhere. When you're alone, when you're in worship, when you're with your family, anywhere is awesome. Just as good a place as any to pray. The other thing is, how often should we pray? Well, you pray regularly, frequently. God says in Psalm 119, times a day I praise you for your righteous rules. The psalmist says that in Psalm 119. Luke 18, always pray, do not lose heart, what Jesus is saying. And what's always? Well, it's often. It's as much as possible. Psalm 50, verse 15, call upon me in the day of trouble. I will deliver you and you shall glorify me. And Martin Luther says this about prayer. A Christian without prayer is just as impossible as a living person without a pulse. What he's saying is, you've got to pray just to make it today, as the great theologian MC Hammer once rapped in the 90s. It's true today as well. We have to be in prayer to Jesus. It's a gift. It's direct communication, as we've discussed, and it's a blessing. So be in prayer to Jesus each and every day. And next week, we are going to start our discussion strictly on the Lord's Prayer and looking at each individual petition and seeing what those mean and how valuable this prayer is for you and I to see just how powerful and what the meaning is behind all of these words that we know by repetition, by memory, but it has so much value. And so we're going to unpack that next week. We'll see you then. Have a great rest of the week.